Hello guys, Empress G here, and it's Monday, and I hope everybody's doing well. Anyway guys, today, like, I just get these requests coming, we just love our yard, stuff, because you know what, culture is everything. So today guys, we're gonna be doing some salt mackerel rundown with real coconut and some cassava dumpling. And guys, we have a tutorial all the way here. We have the cassava. It's gonna be grated, and we're gonna use it to make the dumpling. So everything here. So folks, I have 3 coconut here. I'm not necessarily gonna use it 3, but when you buy coconut in Canada, folks, you buy 1 and it's no good. You have to buy 2 sometimes. So out of these 3, I'm hoping pretty much hoping they're all good. But this is it. I just gonna use up maybe 1 or 2, but I have to make sure that they're all good. Okay. And folks, this is a mackerel here, fresh and nice. This been soaked off. I soak it off because people don't. One thing when you're doing salt mackerel, you don't want to lose all the salt from it. So I soak it off yesterday, and it's pretty good. And I have some lime and thing here on it, lime juice and all of that, because it's still fish, folks, and you got to do that. So we have 2 salt mackerel here. It's about 2 pounds, I think. And we're just gonna boil, not even boil it, just boil up the water, put it in, and just boil it out a bit, and that will be ready. Okay. So the first thing, to put this aside for now. So the first thing now I have to tend to is the coconut. And folks, in coconut here, we have to break them. Okay. And as I go along, I'll show you. For people who don't know, so we have to break these coconut. And we're not grating them, we're putting them in the food processor. It's just as good. So let me see how good this one is right now. Okay, folks, I'm amazed. Look at this one. It's very good. Even, see, so not too bad. So far, so good. So, folks, I'm going to get these all broken up and cut up, because you have to cut them up in pieces, in order to get into the food processor. Like, I cut them smaller, okay, like this. So I'm going to tend to the coconut right now and have it ready for the food processor, because you know what, it's going to be a lot of noise breaking them right now, and I don't like to do that. Okay, so I shall return. Alright guys, I'm back and I'm finished processing the coconut. And guys, like I said, I was right. The biggest coconut, no good. This is just, I throw the rest in the garbage. See, so that's why I end up buying 3, because I know for sure 1 wouldn't be good. So that's it right there. That's it. And the shell, folks, I use it in my barbecue. Back home when I was growing up, the coconut shell was one of the, even though you have stove inside, you have your fire outside for your breadfruit or whatever. And this will be so good in the wood fire. Nothing ignite faster than coconut shell, folks. I learned that when I was growing up back, So this is it. And folks, let me show you. The coconut do just as good in the food processor. Look, just as good, Back home when I was growing up, it was by the grater. Once in a while, I still use my grater for certain things, but I need a break from it now. I got so much cut on that grater growing up, folks. We got a coconut, carrots, everything, So this is it right here now. So I'm just gonna squeeze it and put it on. So I got about 2 coconuts, so that's better. That wasn't too bad. So that's how you buy it. Some stores you go, this one I buy, they put up sign no refund. But some store like the big supermarket, when you buy it there, you have to break it outside, and if it's not good, you just take it back inside, and they give you another one for it, or a refund. But then, it's what it is. I was on my way home, and I just stopped at this little store and grabbed this. So if I went to the big supermarket, not all the supermarket, I know for sure, you go to No Frill and you buy. That's why that's one of my favorite supermarket, No Frill. And I see people just crack them outside, and they finally open them and they're no good. You go back inside, they give you, I say, go take another one, or do you want a refund? Those are stores to do business with. And plus they hire a lot of young people, so I like that. I put a little warm water in it, folks, because it's helped to bring out more of the milk. Bring it up, yeah. Not too hot that I can't squeeze it, because I'm gonna need to squeeze it, you know. So, and back in the day when we were growing up, that's how we get our oil. You know, my grandmother, you know, grate your coconut, and one day I'll do a tutorial in how to do coconut oil and all of that. Because I use lots of coconut oil cook with still, and because the one that you buy, even the Grace one, that you know, they have to preserve it, put something in it to preserve it, so it's not totally 100% coconut. So, and a lot of my rice and peas, I prefer to do my own coconut, make it more scratchy, give it a better taste, much better texture and better taste. Okay, so I'm gonna juice that right now. Yeah, these two are good, very rich. And you want a rich coconut milk for your rundown. You don't want it watered down, you know. So the first one is very rich. If you want to do a little bit afterward, that's fine, but make sure the first bit you throw out is very, very rich. Get something to put the trash in. That's my mackerel scalding off there on the stove next door. So I'm gonna shut it off, because you don't wanna get your mackerel to get too mashed out. Yeah. Let's boil it up a bit. Because like I said, you know, I soak it off last night. So because one thing, you don't want to have anything too salty, and something that's to be salt too fresh. So you have to give it a balance, okay? So I just need to scald it off just one time, because it was sitting there from yesterday soaking. And then you wash it down with some lime and a little vinegar. That's how I do mine anyway, you know. I grew up and like I learned my cooking from my grandmother, and that's how she does it. Guys, it's still, first thing she tell you, it's still fish. It's fish, so you gotta wash it. I like to clean as I go along. And I'm just gonna strain that now. Right here. Look how rich that is, folks. I might just do a little bit more from the trash, because I don't want it to water down. Okay. Just leave the strainer there. When that water is running out. Okay, so I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit more, folks. And you know what? There's so many people out there want to know how to do things. So that's why I continue to do the videos, because I know short is a big thing these days. But I have people always telling me, you know, please, if you could do the video, because they like to see how things are done. So, yeah, so, man, I get a lot of views, but you know what? People watch and get some ideas, because not everybody know how to cook, folks. Not everybody know how to cook, you know. I'm not knocking anybody, but there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to do things. And when you put the shorts up, not much you can get from the shorts. It's very interesting, but it doesn't really show people how to do things, you know. What? It's 30 seconds or 60 seconds? How much is it? Yeah, you can't get anything from that. It's beautiful to watch some of the shorts, yes, but the real thing is in the video. This is still rich here, you know, folks. Look at that. And back home, this is what we used to feed our chicken. Coconut trash. No, what's your name stuff? Coconut trash and corn. And for the goat, for the pig, so like people who have pig, all the yam skin and all of that vegetable is boiled down in the coconut trash. And that, and with once a month I see people give them aloe vera, I guess, to clean them out. And that's what, those were natural stuff back then. Yeah, this would be for the chicken back home now. And you throw it out and the chicken will go crazy and eat it. Yeah. And for the goat will eat their leaves. There wouldn't be in any pen heating any you know. But I grew up with common fall and all of that, folks. So the GMO fall is not my thing. A lot of people saw some of the common fall were trashy. And what did they say? Oh, they were, no, not the ones I grew up with. They were beautiful. It's nice. Now we're eating chicken on steroids. And a lot of meat too, not just chicken. Okay, folks, so this is it right now. All right. That's it, and that's gonna start boiling right now. And for people know though, this gonna come down till you see it start oil floating on top and the custard in the bottom, and that's when you know you put in everything else. So I'm gonna turn the stove on now and let that start to do its thing. I have a video up there, I think 1 or 2, but like I said, I have 720 something videos. So you know what, anytime I'm doing something again, I always try to do it on videos. Not because I want to put another video up there, but I'm doing it, so I just figure I just do a video out of it. I've seen people out there have one item with all six videos, so you know what, nothing wrong with that. So folks, this is gonna cook down now. I'm gonna start cleaning up the mackerel. Let me just do this and then I shall return. That is start to boil up there now, folks. I didn't have it on the stove, so I will return. Okay, so guys, you can see it's bubbling, and I just want to show you how I see people clean up the mackerel. I take out as much bone as possible out of it, you know, and you're gonna clean off all the, and you know, make sure you just, you know, see the bones are all in between here. So I just try and make sure I get out as much bones as possible. And you don't have to shred it up like shred it, you know. You just break it up into pieces. I see people do it and it's all shredded out, but like I said, different stroke for different folks. But this is how I do mine. Just, and folks, I tasted it and it just tastes right. No, not a amount, just the right amount of salt. Like this, you make sure you clean this off. Yeah, you clean that off. And like I say, I don't break it up in too much small pieces, just, you know. And I don't put no bone in there. I discard all the bones. This is it here. You clean that. Clean off all of that on the outside. And all these parts inside, you just, yeah, clean those out. And then you just break. And most of it, some of it, you know, flesh, you don't have a lot of, yeah. That's it. As much bone as possible, because sometimes you have kids, you know, kids love these stuff too, you know. Especially they grow up in, you know, I know this is a big thing for Jamaican. I know other West Indian islands do mackerel and thing. They might do it in a different way. But this is one of our big, next to ackee and saltfish too. Mackerel RunDown. You could have all different RunDown, but mackerel RunDown is the most popular one for us. I see people using tin mackerel these days to do it, you know. Well, I guess, you know, to each his own. I like to stick close to the culture. Because I see, if we don't mind shop, the culture is totally gone, because our own people is, you know, doing with our food and thing, all Americanized. Yeah. And this back home we used to have our grandmother so we could show up the bones. But I like to keep close to culture because culture is a very important thing. And food is the number one thing when it comes to culture. You know? And I see if we don't mind sharp, we lose all our culture. So overpowered by other people's culture. And we're the one who's letting it happen. Without culture, we're nothing. And I know that for us, it's not just a Jamaican factor. From Africa, we have a very, very, very rich and proud culture. And that's why I continue to cook. Do other culture, but I don't stray far from my own culture food at times. Because that is very important to me. And as for the head, folks, this is the head here. And all I can say that there's people here who love mackerel head, so I'm just gonna clean them off and put them in there. So, and that's the nicest part of it too, folks, the head. So those parts, yeah, just clean off and just leave those in there. So this is 2 mackerel, so it's not bad. I think it's about 2 pounds. So, not a lot, not very bony. Get rid of most of all the bones. So that's the mackerel there, and so you can see the oil start to form in that already, folks. And this is the other head, and I'm just gonna break it, clean it out, and put it in there because I get the shout already that people want the mackerel head. So, folks, I'm leaving the head inside there. Okay, and that's it for the mackerel. So that's it right there, folks. Clean up. Then I'll just have all the vegetables to go with it, like your tomato, your onions, and all of that. And thyme, a little bit of parsley, and all of that. So, folks, that's it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing right now, folks, I am going to be doing the cassava, and also it's going to be done in the blender, and this is for the cassava flour. So that is going good, slowly but surely. You don't want to let it over. Yeah, let's just take your time and do so. So folks, it's my food processor. I'm working it today, and my food processor is about, I think about 30, almost go close for 30 years. Bought it in Sears many years ago. They don't make them like this anymore, folks, but this one is awesome. And back then, those stuff was well made. So there you go. I think this is a Cuisinart. Okay, so folks, this is what the cassava looks like. And cassava dumpling is very popular back home. They even put plantain in it too, So I peeled piece already. That's it right there, and I'll show you how it's peeled. Okay. I think I managed to get a good one because using the store for, so this one isn't a bad one. And cassava originate, it's all over the place. But in Africa it's very big. That's one of the main ingredients. I did a video about fufu, which is green plantain and cassava together to make your fufu. So I would say it's African all the way. So this is how you peel. I saw people just slice it down and just rip it this off, but I tried, but it doesn't work, so I peel it. Okay. It's very popular back in the Inca time in South and Central America also, And this could replace the white flour that we're using. Okay. I should get my cutting boards. Because I want to show you something with it. If people is not familiar with cassava. This is a little tutorial here, guys. This is why I said I like cooking, but I like also, you know, the teaching aspect that when I finish, somebody learned something from it. So basically, folks, and in this cassava, folks, when you open it, there's a piece of string in there, right? In some part of it. Let me see if it's, yeah. And that's what you're gonna pull out. That will make it more bitter if you keep it in. See? And right in here, you cut that part out. So always open it up this way. That's it. See, there's a string there, so you just cut that out. That's no good. See? Okay. Well, you know, the longer it's kept in the store, the longer sometimes the string part dried out. So when you see it, it's like just a black I hope this one is not. See, folks, here when we buy things, yeah, they're sitting in the store. When I heard they said the color ear flying from by here from Jamaica. All right. So you say, okay, this is the string part here. So you just cut that out. Okay. There it is. And the same way it's gonna be blended in the food processor. I have a video of the Yvonne Bami, folks, so check it out. Bami and fried fish, and this is what Bami is made from. And I'll do another one day, and I'm sure I think that one has done a while now, so I'm just gonna rinse these off. And put them in the pressure cooker. Put them in the food processor. So I'm just gonna cut them up small so they will because I don't wanna overpower my food processor. Like so, you cut them up a little bit small. Cassava is a big crop back home, folks, in Jamaica. Very big crop. And it's used a lot because one of the biggest selling thing out there Iwan Street is cassava, fried fish and bami. So I'm giving you a little history here today of stuff. Coconut and cassava. So that in that sense, folks, please hit the like button. Hit the like button for me, folks. I'm giving you some good educational stuff today about yard, you know. So please like, share, and subscribe, folks, and hit that like button for me and leave a comment. You know, very respectable one. I appreciate it. Okay, so I'm just gonna rinse these off now. And like I said, folks, the videos is not for everybody because people might say and say, oh, that long video. Well, that's okay. This is for people who really want to know how to do things. And that's it. It's not for everybody. I gotta put the food processor on. So this is going very well here, folks. It's taking a little time. And that's the whole thing to get it reduced. You can see, you know, start see the oil, yeah, ready. So that's good. So I'm gonna put the cassava in right now. I'm going to process them. This also you could grate, folks, but I don't think you guys have to be grated any cassava or anything right now, folks, unless necessary, because this food processor does the same thing. So me now grate and not chop up my hand anymore. I did that when I was a kid back home. See that? Yeah, I live back. Yeah, did it when I was growing up, and you know, grandmother, you have to stand there and she teach us how to do everything, how to cook, how to wash your clothes, and how to proper hygiene. And I said bless her up for wherever she is, because that's where I get all my teaching of how to be self-sufficient. Don't wait around on anybody to do anything for yourself. So grandma, Mimi, wherever you are, God bless you. That's where I get my teaching for everything. Okay, folks, let's go. Keep it quick. Okay, let me see. You just scrape it down a bit. I will want to get it very, very, very fine. Yeah, once in a while when you're doing it, open it and scrape on everything so everything gets. Otherwise, you're gonna have some process and some not. Okay. Do a little salt. I know, folks, I don't like to do this while, because it makes so much noise. Sorry about that. I should have let me see. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna give it a little bit, just another quick pulse, and that should do it. So folks, I'm gonna pulse it, then I'll come back. Okay. Yes guys, I'm here, and this is the cassava here. And okay, the thing about cassava, folks, if I was gonna make bami with this, because it have a lot of moisture, I would wring it in a cheesecloth and get the moisture out. But since I'm gonna be doing flour, that's what gonna need the flour, need in the water. I'm just gonna add some salt to it, you know, maybe about a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm just gonna start adding my flour and mixing the flour. No water, nothing is needed. This is a different dynamics when you're doing this water from the cassava will that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let me get my sieve. I like to sieve my flour. I like to sieve the flour, because that way you get rid of lumps. And there's organic flour that you can use now, folks. That is, you know, even whole wheat organic flour. I don't want to put in too much, so I have to add any water to it, necessary water. And as for the coconut, it's reached its stage right now. Just have to add the stuff to it. So I just turned on the heat on it right now. I'm gonna make sure that you could add cornmeal or whatever you want to it, but I don't. I just like my straight up, and I could even add I'd prefer to add some green plantains to it. No cornmeal, unless you can get organic cornmeal. A lot of these cornmeal are, I know you might. So this is what you need in your flour here right now with it. And if you get it's a little soft, then you just add flour to it, okay? But that's it. You don't need any water, because the cassava make a lot of water. So that's when you're doing bami, you have to wring it all, get rid of all the water from it. One day I'll do a bami recipe, coming up with fried fish again. I've done one for a while. And another fufu. Fufu is made mainly from cassava and green plantain, but there's different variation. Want to make sure the flour is really tight, because you want to get some good tight dumplings. If it's still a bit soft, you just keep adding some flour to it until you get that consistency that you're looking for. And I just use about one medium and a half, and a small cassava. You know, we like our dumpling really tight, so that's what you go for right now. Tight. Doesn't need any more flour at this point. Good. Good to go. And the water is boiling already. I'm just going to add some salt to it. Just knead up this a bit more. Yes, you're going to knead it. This is where you get the exercise, folks, because a soft dumpling, nothing more tastes better than a soft dumpling. Dumpling has to be tight, as they say. And with cassava, now you have to put your flour in. I'm doing some green banana and a sweet potato. So I'm going to put this in first. And then I had the banana and the sweet potato. Because the cassava is in it, so it's going to take a lot more long time to cook. Some people want to see the dumpling float, they say they boil. Well, you know what? To each his own. I'm getting my exercise, folks. Because everybody around here love them dumpling tight. Few more kneads. Ow. Knead it up. Knead it up. What? Tight dumpling. Alright. If that not tight, folks, me don't know where tight. Oh boy. So I always wash my hands because all of that scruff on it, they get it off, get a smooth hand to make your dumpling. And banana is very easy to cook, folks, so even though they get tough as they aerate them, so I peel those already and they're in some water. Yeah, when I'm doing flour, folks, anything with food, if I'm just boiling banana by itself, I boil it in the skin sometime. But when I'm cooking it with my food with it, I don't, because there's a wax that they put on everything, and that's what I try to avoid. The wax, it comes from a tree. It's supposed to be harmless, but it's just the feel of it on your stuff, folks. This is it. So I peel my bananas already. I oil up my hand and peel my banana. And the pot is boiling, so I'm going to stick those in now. Because everybody's looks so hungry today, you know, so. Just wash my hands. That looks very good. That flour looks very good. And here, folks, I have all my herbs and stuff for my thing. My garlic, onion, green onion, some tomato, bell peppers, and a nice Scotch bonnet, and thyme, allspice, pimento, and a little bit of cilantro and parsley. That is to go down with my mackerel. And the mackerels are all clean and good to go. Okay, folks, so I'm just gonna over to the pot there what's gonna be the dumpling right now. Okay, I'm just gonna take the cover off. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, not a lot, just a little salt, because remember we're working with our mackerel. Okay, a little bit more. Order this one. And okay, so now I'm gonna start putting in my dumplings. One last knead. Okay, here we go. Cassava dumpling. Did a lot of work today from the coconut folks to the cassava, you know, because when I'm doing especially stuff that called for coconut, I prefer to do coconut, real coconut milk. So one is in. And like I said, it needs to be boiled a little bit longer than the food. The banana is going after it and the sweet potato. That's two. This flour, it feels so good with the cassava, folks. It feels so good. And a nice dumpling. And the fresher the cassava is, folks, if you get cassava that is sour, then you're gonna have really nasty taste and stuff. So this is why I went to a place that I could get good cassava. I'm gonna get a few dumplings from this. Let me just make sure they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. Let's do the thing. And it's 4 of us, so I can get about a couple more. I have about 4 more to go. 3 more. And like I said, folks, this is like a whole tutorial today. Because normally I would just cook and go to the shorts or cook a video, and you know, so it's just because I'm doing the coconut and all of that, I wanted to show people how that is done. And I have a last one here. That's it. I'm gonna have I'm going to have the bananas now. And I'll go for the potatoes. We have one nice Jamaican potato here, 1 or 2. And that's it. No yellow yam. We don't want any yellow yam or any yam, just cassava dumpling and banana. No yam today. If we had rent a yam, yes, the sweet yam, that would be, you know, more into it. You know, we could use the yellow yam if we want, but we don't want to do that today. Just straight up banana and dumpling and one and a potato. That's it. So guys, that's the potato I put in there. Give it another stir so the dumplings they don't catch up. Okay, I'm gonna close that down and lower the heat a bit, and that's it. Now I can tend to my rundown. Finish up the rundown. I'm going to bring the camera back over right now. So you hear that? You hear the rundown going there, folks? It's down to the oil right now. Okay, folks. And that's the point, you know, that is, see folks, look at that. That's down there. So we're gonna start adding all the vegetables right now. And okay, we also have garlic too. So you're doing mackerel, so you want to make sure you have garlic in it. You hear that, folks? And you can see the oil on it. That is a real rundown from real coconut. I'm gonna add all this. Now I'm just cutting up the garlics. Wow, it's splattered in all over the place. Okay, folks, I'm gonna add the onions, green onions, everything. Everything right now. The allspice, I put some allspice in there also. Tomatoes, all the herbs. And I have the thyme here. I'm gonna cut up the pepper because you know this has to be hot. So that's what's cooking there right now, folks. I'm gonna add a little tip of no water, see? Let this cook. Let all the veggie cook. Wow. I gotta turn on the food pot. I'm gonna add a little bit of water from the food pot because this is thick. Yeah. Coconut get very thick. I tell you, it's good coconut. Okay, I'll let that cook down now. Keep stirring this so the dumplings they don't very rich, folks. It's very, very, very rich. Grab. So that's going there. Just let the veggies cook right now. Oh my god, it's so rich. Then I'll add the mackerel because you know the mackerel is halfway cooked already, so you don't want to put it in and let it. So you want to make sure the veggies are cooked first. So thick and rich, I have to keep adding a little bit of moisture to it. Yeah. I'll add the rest of my thyme. I like to take the sprig off, some of that off. Put in it. You get the direct flavor that way. Get all that nice flavor from the thyme. Okay. And one of the nicest spices to use on seafood is Old Bay. It is one of the nicest seasons to use, Old Bay seasoning. It's for fish that mainly. See, I'm just gonna add a little bit of oregano, just a little bit of dry herbs to that, a little bit of basil, and a little bit of rosemary. And these are all fresh rosemary I make myself. So parsley, they're fresh already. I'm gonna add some lemon pepper. Make that myself too. Nothing is hard to do, folks. Nothing is hard to make. And you know, folks, you know, we do our rundown and it's always white. My grandmother always had a little turmeric to it. She didn't like the white look of it. So she always add a little turmeric to it. or a little curry. But for everybody, I'm just gonna leave it white. But yeah, I'm just want to let you know that if you want to get a bit of color, you add a little bit of curry to it. Because my grandmother didn't like anything pale. Her stuff was always have to have color, her food. Yeah. And this is the pepper right now. I'm just gonna cut it up, put in. Around here we love our pepper. I hope I didn't forget anything. So now I'm gonna start adding in the mackerel, folks, and the head part. Like I said, we leave those in there like that. Okay. And you know, funny or not, folks, it doesn't have a too white or white color. It has a very nice texture. So this is the mackerel I'm adding in right now. And I didn't have any red bell pepper, but I have yellow and orange, so I work with that. And when I wash the mackerel, I wash it down with some lemon and vinegar, so it does not gonna have a fishy taste. Wow. Let me just taste for salt. Use a little bit of salt. A little bit more flavor. I'll put some seasoning instead. And this is a bit of seasoning salt. Cool. Okay, that should do it, because I don't want to oversalt it, folks, because the mackerel still retain a lot of its taste. And I'll put a little bit more Old Bay, and that's it. Okay, that's it. And then I'll give it a taste. And folks, it just absorbed all of that coconut, you know, that is so beautiful. And I always like a cup of tea with my food, folks. No, so my kettle goes. Oh, I think it was wet. Okay. So the food pot over there is bubbling. And this I think this boat, as Mackrel would say, is landed. The boat is landed. Let me taste a piece. Folks, that's it. That mackerel doesn't want a thing. That boat is landed, folks. Mackerel run down. You can see from the coconut, that's natural oil. Yes, folks, that boat is landed. And we're just waiting, so when we come back, just put it together, okay? Okay, guys, the boat is totally landed. And ready to go. I just pour my ginger tea and everything is cooked. I'm gonna take out two nice for the display, the dumplings. Cassava dumpling, folks. Oops. And they're nice and white and pretty. And tastes good too. Okay. So one thing I just put a little cracked black pepper, even though I put some lemon pepper. And now, folks, here we go. So I have a cup of banana here. This person wants a piece of mackerel, so we're gonna go there. I love my mackerel too, folks. I'm not gonna. Okay, so this is mackerel rundown here, folks. Salt mackerel rundown with fresh coconut milk. No coconut from the tin. Okay, folks? And you can see all the custard. Look at all this custard here, folks. Wow. Some over on the dumpling. Wow. Gosh, folks. I wish I could send... Evelyn, I don't know if you eat mackerel, but I wish I could send you some through the phone, girl. That's it there. Salt mackerel rundown. Cassava dumpling. Not from the package. Real cassava. Dumpling. Banana. Piece of sweet potato. And me say, folks, it not get no better than this. This is Monday. And I have my cup of tea outside there ready to go. So like I said, folks, this deserves a couple thumbs up. Come on, thumbs up, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Big up yourself, everybody. I'm Noreen. Oh, so you're in England. I came to, I thought you was in the state, Noreen. So, you know, big up England, folks. I'm Noreen over in England. Noreen, I'm in Canada here. It's cold right now, but no snow. And you know what? I could dig that, you know. So, bless up yourself, Noreen, Evelyn, Marian Mello. Fire. Missing in action. I guess you're working hard. Fire. Big up yourself. Jamie Wood and One King. And Deacon in Manchester, back in Manchester. Mandeva, sunny Jamaica. Big up yourself. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, folks. Appreciate it. And go try this. Your salt mackerel rundown with real coconut. And all of that. Guys, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right? Peace.